Hi, welcome to Pilates and Yoga for Parkinson's, and for anyone else that would like to participate. My name is Meg. Thank you so much for joining me today. This video is actually part 2 of a series. We started seated, so if you haven't caught the seated warm-up, go find that first, and it will be titled accordingly that it is part 1 of a 2-part video. And it's all about crossing over. The arms are crossing over each other and the legs are crossing over. So we do that seated first to get our muscles and our brain kind of wrapped around it. And now we're going to do the standing part. So what we want to do, and you do not have to be on a mat, it's all your setup, but I'm going to stay on the mat. I'm going to move my chair over to the side. And today when I'm demonstrating these exercises, I'm going to do them maybe using the chair for balance and straight ahead so you can see what I'm doing. But you might turn to a wall so you could have your hand on the wall for balance, or maybe you don't need your hands on anything. So that's for you to decide. Since we've already warmed up, I just do want to take a moment to kind of get our land legs, since we're not seated anymore. So with your feet probably about hip width apart, which a good guideline for that is usually about 2 fist widths. So you can just look down. And the idea is finding a place that you feel stable. And maybe for you that's a little wider apart, and that's okay. Find your stable place. And just like when we were in the chair, we're gonna press our feet down, because when you press down into the floor, you get this rebound effect, and the crown of the head is gonna reach high. And you can even see that if you look at me in the video, and you can feel it in your body. You press down, everything comes up. You might even feel your torso, front, sides, and back engage as you lengthen. Let's take the hands and just reach them down by the sides. Put a little bend in those knees. It might not even be a bend that someone could see, but I just want to make sure you don't lock the legs out. And just like we did seated, let's take a moment and feel the alignment in our body. So you might close your eyes. That might not be good while you're standing, balancing. But if you're comfortable with it, close the eyes. Press the feet down again. Feel that rebound energy. Little bend in the knees. Good guideline is as the crown of the head reaches high, the ears are in line with the shoulders, in line with the rib cage, in line with the pelvis, and now that's right above the heels. And that's not going to be true for everybody, it's just a guideline. Okay, so as you're ready, you're going to blink open those eyes. And when we left off in part 1 of this video, we were playing with crossing the legs over each other. So I'm going to take my feet even a little bit wider, and we're going to do a lot of weight shifting. So I'm going to shift my weight over to the left, come up on the toes of this right foot, lift it, and cross it over. Okay? Then I'm going to lift the heel, uncross the legs, foot comes down. Find my balance here. Shift over, lift the heel, lift the foot, and cross over. And then lift the heel, uncross, and step back. And let's just play with that a couple of times. Maybe your hands are on the wall behind you. Maybe you've got the hand close to that chair. Just seeing how this feels. Next time you cross a leg over, I want you to pause there for a moment. So really plant both those feet down into the floor. So same alignment as we were doing a moment ago in what's called mountain. Now our mountain has crossed legs. I know, crazy. So I'm pressing the feet down. Could you press the legs into each other, just like we did when we were seated? And that's just going to engage muscles differently. Could you try taking the legs away from each other? They're not actually moving, but suddenly you fired up some different muscles. You're still tall, beautiful alignment. A couple of breaths here. Feeling those legs engage, feeling the glutes, outer thighs, maybe inner thighs, depending on which way you're pushing and pulling those legs. Awesome. Release that. Let's uncross. Find your balance. Opposite leg. Gonna cross over. Press those feet down. Grow tall. Check out your alignment. Find your balance. Play a little bit with pressing the legs into each other so that fires up different muscles. Try sliding them apart from each other. Again, different muscles. You're still breathing, just finding those legs. Release and uncross. Okay, so you might be feeling your hips kind of open up a little differently. Sometimes just when you engage muscles, they like to release after that. So we're doing a lot in our hips right now. Okay, other thing we did in the chair is we explored the arms some. And even when we were doing it, I said I needed to take my glasses off. So I'm gonna take my glasses off. And I want you to find stability in your feet, whatever that feels like. Maybe you've decided you want to lean into the wall for this. That's perfectly fine. Arms are going to come out in front of us. Our shoulders are back. We're going to cross the hands over just like we did in the seated video. Rotate the wrists. So my thumbs are pointing down. I'm going to interlace my fingers. Got a little bend in those knees because that helps a whole lot with balance. Could you inhale, and let's see how high we can lift those arms, being really aware of the shoulders. Nice, and then let's go ahead and lower those arms down. And let's do a couple of those and kind of press the hands into each other because that's going to engage your shoulders and your arms in slightly different ways. Let's make this the last one. Arms are going to come up and then back down. So now from right in front of us, we're going to try that wild wrist thing again. So my elbows are going out. I'm going to see if I can bring my hands up. And then continuing, could you extend those arms forward? Big wrist stretch going on there. And then we'll go back. And let's do 2 more of those. And you're just seeing what your arms will do. Like I said in the other video, I got some really kind of wacky, bendy wrists. Awesome. Next time you come out, less released. Just circle those shoulders around. Maybe shake the wrist out a little bit. So that time we put the right wrist on top. We're going to go back and we're going to do the left wrist again. Cross over, thumbs down, interlace the fingers. A couple of times, lift up, and then back down. Arms are long, pressing the hands into each other. Get a slight bend in those elbows because just like we don't want to lock out the knees, we don't want to lock out the elbows. What I'm hoping is as you're pressing those hands into each other and making this movement happen, you're feeling a whole lot all through the outside of your body. Nice. Next time you come down, we're going to go ahead and play with that, bringing the arms up and over. 2 more of those. Going as far as your arms will allow. Maybe give yourself a little bit of a challenge, but we're not hurting anything. Awesome. And then release. Okay, so our big finale. You know how I like big finale poses. What we're going to work on, and you've got your chair or your wall, I'm going to cross my right foot over my left. Find my balance there. I'm going to bring my hands up. As always, you know if this is a bad idea or not. If you don't want to play with this game, don't do it. If you're exploring, You're pressing those feet down. You've got your balance with the legs crossed over. We're going to cross the arms over. We're going to turn the thumbs down, interlace the fingers, press the hands into each other, press the legs into each other. Going to let the arms float up. See if you could reach those arms up, and let's take several breaths here. Lots of engagement. Long spine, strong belly. Beautiful. We're going to bring the arms down, and let's go right into that wacky wrist thing. If that's working for you today, maybe you stop right here. Maybe you can go all the way through. Arms are going to come out. Bring it back through. Let's go all the way up again. All the way up as high as you comfortably can. If this is your all the way up, that's great. If you can reach all the way up to the ceiling and take those arms back behind the head, play with that. See if we could go 3 breaths here. Pressing those hands into each other, feeling the shoulders, the sides of the body. After your 3rd breath, bring that down. Let's release the hands. Maybe use the chair or the wall, uncross the legs. A little bit of a bouncing out of the knees. We're going to do that same thing on the other side. So this time it's the left leg that crosses over the right. At least for me it is. You might have started with the other side. Press those feet down. Find your stability. When you're ready, bring those arms up. Left arm's going to cross over. Turn the thumbs down. Interlace the fingers. Maybe this is where you stay. You're already doing some amazing things here, whether you realize it or not. Even your brain is getting a good workout on this one. Pressing the hands in towards each other gently, pressing the legs in towards each other. When you're ready, let's see if we could lift those arms up. Maybe the hands go back behind the head, maybe not. You find your place that you can reach. Nice and strong. When you're ready, those hands, arms will come down. We're going to go ahead and do our wild little bring the hands forward. A moment there. Bring it all the way back through. Arms are going to come up. Find your balance. Press the hands into each other. Arms are kind of trying to pull away from each other, which is going to fire up the sides of the body. Legs are strong. We're going to go 3 more breaths here. Full breaths. Always coming out before that if you need to. Paying attention to how everything feels. Nice. Arms are going to come down. Let's go ahead and just release the hands. Whew. Hand might come to the chair or to the wall. Let's uncross the legs. Find your standing balance. Maybe closing your eyes, maybe not. And let's just find several breaths here. When you're ready, go ahead and blink open the eyes. You might wiggle those fingers a little bit. Thank you so much for joining me today. Remember, it's a 2-part video, warm up seated, standing balance challenged in the second video. It was something a little different. Hope you enjoyed and look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care. Bye.